I don't know a single parent that at some point hasn't asked for advice when it comes to raising their children, whether it's a simple question about potty training or something more complex, such as behavioral problems. We as parents have to admit we don't know everything. And when you do need help, where do you turn? Maybe a parent coach is the answer. Terry Manrique is the she's such a coach. She has more than 18 years of experience in early childhood education, and joining her is one of her clients, Amy Kinghorn. Terry and Amy, it's nice to have you both here.
Hi, thank you. It's good to be here.
After 18 years, Terry, of teaching, you just said, I have to leave the classroom and help some of these people.
Well, I was a teacher for about 8 years and then a director for 10 years. So as a director, I started getting a lot of families coming to me for advice, but not necessarily just verbal advice, but more advice of exactly how do you do that? I understand what you're telling me, but how do I actually do that?
So how does the coaching work?
Coaching works.
Oh, yes.
And how does it work?
It does. Because parents don't understand how children work. I mean, children can manipulate as young as 8 months. And a lot of parents don't realize that. And once they learn how to manipulate their environment, then they take those small tantrums that are happening randomly to something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then parents don't know how to get out of it. So it's not that your children are bad, it's that they develop bad habits. So how do we get them out of those bad habits? It's like having a personal trainer. You could work out for years and years and years, but if you have a personal trainer, within those 10 minutes, you are actually sweating more than you ever sweated before.
Because there's someone there coaching you.
Yeah, and giving you those tools and techniques that really a parent never even thought of. So having someone with 18 years of experience working with hundreds and hundreds of children, I'm able to go into a home in 20 minutes and pretty much assess the situation and say, okay, this is what we need to do and how we need to do it.
But it's nothing bad against the parent.
And we're not changing
you know, and Amy's here too. It's like, you're not a bad parent, Amy. Nobody who asks for a coach is a bad parent.
No. It's about relieving stress. If you want to relieve some stress at home, get a parent coach, because a lot of parents don't understand, when should I get a parent coach? And basically, you should get parent coaches when you are seeing that your daily routine is stressing you out, and when you're starting to feel really stressed out, then you know you need some support. And basically that's all it is. It's about having some support and having someone to come in and kind of tweak things around, give you the experience that I have, giving you all the tools that you need so that you can go ahead and start tweaking things around yourself.
Okay, so Amy, you have twins, which in itself is a reason to call a parent coach right there. But what was the straw that broke the camel's back for you that said, I need some help here?
Well, just, you know, I have twin boys that are wonderful and such a blessing, but they're challenging like any children. And, you know, just you can read all the books that you see on the shelf, and you can take all the advice from parents, friends, sisters, cousins. But you know, I just said, I need Super Nanny, and I stumbled upon Terry, and it was so wonderful because she comes in and in such a short period of time does an observation, and then you sit down and collaborate together and say, these are our goals, this is what we're going to do to move forward. And she just offers such simple tips, but they make such a huge difference. Things such as, you know, you're saying something, but you're not saying in the right tone, or you're not quite getting down to their level. And the wonderful thing about her services are they're so specific to your issues.
She comes into your home.
Yes, and they're so specific to your issues. So, you know, instead of just reading a book or, you know, receiving generalization advice from people, this is specifically targeted to the behaviors that you see as problematic. And so just, you know, simple minor changes have made such a difference for us, and we're very thankful.
Well, the fact that they're boys and twins right there, and no matter, we joked about this before, Terry, but it's true, people do not have any kind of instruction when it comes to parenting. All of a sudden, here's your baby, you're supposed to know what to do.
Yeah, just because you became a parent doesn't mean you should know what you're doing. You know, and it takes, you know, by the time you get to your third child, you finally figured it out. So why wait that long? You know, why go through all of that when you don't need to, when you can pretty much master it their first time around?
And how long do you usually work with people before the families start to see results? And do you come back every month?
It just depends. Every family, I can work with a family for 4 hours. I can work with a family for 16 hours. They're in sessions. So it just depends. You know, Amy, you know, whenever she starts to see maybe that things are getting a little bit out of balance, she'll give me a call and we'll kind of reevaluate things of what's going on and then get them back on track. So it's just every family is unique, and I tailor my services to that family. And like I said, I'm not changing your parenting. I'm helping you restructure your parenting.
Giving some advice that is much needed.
Yes, very much, yeah.
And Amy, I'm sure you breathe a sigh of relief when you see her walk through the door.
Absolutely. And I can say that, you know, after the first day that we met her, she came over, did an observation, made just a couple recommendations. We saw differences the next day. I mean, really and truly. She came over the next day to see how things things were going, and we saw behavior changes immediately. So it's amazing, and it's all positive.
It's all positive behavior.
Constructive, and it's just made a difference for us. So thank you, Terry.
We put your phone number and website up there, Terry, so other parents out there who are having maybe some little issues or need some tweaking can give you a call.
Thank you.
Nice to meet both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.